Hey, what's up everyone? I'm going to be sharing some information with you in this video regarding the upcoming blue moon. Now, this article states how to watch the first blue moon in 150 years. That is a misleading title because this is not the first blue moon in 150 years. 150 years ago there was a supermoon and a blue moon, but during an eclipse. But this one is the first blue moon, I believe, in about 2 or 3 years. It feels like I remember one last year, but maybe I'm wrong. On January 31st, 2018, it will bring a celestial event known as a blue moon, an occurrence that happens every 2 to 3 years. While interesting on its own, the real kicker is this blue moon will be the first lunar eclipse of a blue moon in nearly 150 years. So that is the event which it has been 150 years since we last witnessed, supposedly. Did we mention it's also a supermoon? So we have a blue moon, a lunar eclipse, and a supermoon at the same time. That is a major triple whammy right there, so to speak. Here's where you can watch it and why the moon isn't actually blue. An actual blue moon is unpredictable. A blue moon in this case has nothing to do with its color, obviously, and everything to do with timing. There are normally 12 full moons per year. 12 full moons in a year with a 13th blue moon, quote-unquote, showing up on an average of every 2 to 3 years. The combination of a blue moon and an eclipse, however, is pretty rare. The last total lunar eclipse involving a blue moon occurred on March 31st, 1866. Want to see an actually blue moon? You'll have to wait for a particularly set of unpredictable circumstances, usually involving volcanic eruptions or massive forest fires that release dust and smoke particles in the atmosphere. Depending on the size of these particles, the moon can sometimes appear blue due to the particles, although it's more common for it to look reddish. I've seen many red moons myself back when the fires were occurring and things like that were happening, those natural disasters years ago. The moon was red several times in a row, where we had those 4 blood moons during a tetrad, and everyone was talking about that. We had the tetrad where there was 4 blood moons in a row, and during that time, not only was there blood moons or these lunar eclipses, and solar eclipses too, but those were partial solar eclipses, depending on where you could view them. Not everyone could see those. We didn't get to see them here, but there were 4 blood moons, known as a tetrad, and during that time, there were also several other blood moons that were super common back then during that time period, during those 4 years. And some of them, they claimed, were due to the fires in California and the fires, once again, in Canada, which the smoke supposedly went through the atmosphere and went south and made much of the United States view a blood red moon, or a crimson moon. So that's what they stated. That was years ago, and I'll never forget that happening because it happened randomly, and it was an eerie sight. I also have an interesting video of the moon, something occurring with the moon I'd like to share with you all, hopefully. It looked like these claws or something, or these fangs wrapped around the moon, and no one else seen it. No one else reported it. I asked, and no one else seen it. But that was very interesting. I'll share that sometime. But how to watch it outside? If you step outside on January 31st, you obviously won't guarantee you can look at the lunar eclipse, but the easternmost part of North America and the majority of South America will catch the tail end of this eclipse, with the moon dipping below the horizon at 6:48 a.m. Eastern Time, 5:48 a.m. Central Time. The lunar eclipse will be most easily seen on the other side of the planet. If you want a good look at the blue moon eclipse and this supermoon phenomenon, this triple occurrence, you'll have to travel to the planet's eastern hemisphere and pick a spot somewhere in Australia. So obviously we won't be able to get that good of a view then. Maybe you'll be able to view it online, but New Zealand or Eastern Asia or Australia will be the best locations to see this. So if you're watching from that particular area, you should get a good view of this. So let me know if you live in Australia or New Zealand or Eastern Asia and you're watching this video. Let me know if you'll be watching the supermoon. Here in the United States of America, I'll do the best I can do to look at it and see it, but maybe we'll be able to watch it online together. If you'd rather see it in one of the America's 50 states, you can choose between Alaska or Hawaii. Canada's most northern region is also an option if that's what you're into. Like to see it there. You can also take a look at NASA's lunar eclipse chart to see when you'll be able to catch a glimpse of the best view of the lunar eclipse and where you're guaranteed to miss it entirely also. How to watch at home? Well, I don't blame you for wanting to stay inside during the cold winter months, but you should still try to get a look at the literal once-in-a-lifetime event of these triple occurrences coming to play. Basically, if it's through your computer screen or phone screen or wherever you're watching it on a digital screen, you can watch a live stream of the upcoming eclipse thanks to the Virtual Telescope Project, or the robotic telescope streaming service SLU. I believe that's how it's pronounced. They did that with several of the blood moons and the tetrad, during the eclipses, and during other astronomical events. They actually stream them live on SLU, and the Virtual Telescope Project will also be streaming it live, so that's interesting. No matter where you are, taking a moment to appreciate the rare sighting of a blue moon, supermoon, and lunar eclipse should be on your to-do list for 2018, it states here. So this is a 150 years in the making event coming this month. So hopefully I'll be able to see this, and maybe we'll be able to see this together. If not, I'm going to go ahead and open this link here to the virtualtelescope.eu and copy and paste this link where you can check it out. So if you're not in an area to see this, we live in Central North America here, so we might not be able to see it, but I'm going to go ahead and copy this link, and I'll also copy the link to slu.com where you can check that out. So I'll put the links below where you can check out these live stream websites of these astronomical occurrences, and you can watch them live online. So if we don't get to see it live, then maybe we'll be able to watch it together online. So like I stated, links are in the description below where you can check out those two particular websites to live stream this event if you don't get to see it live. I'll try to be viewing it live as best I can here in North America when it occurs, here in Central North America. Let me know if you live in an area for good viewing, and if you'll be watching this triple event here. Blue moon, full moon, supermoon, and all of that stuff. And lunar eclipse. So let me know if you'll be viewing it. Much love. Links below. Thanks for watching. Peace. Bye.